Looking good. She's got the Carolina squat going on. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I hate the Carolina squat. Air shocks. Damn I. All right, your air shock kits come with 2 of these, 2 air shocks, 4 bushing and washer and supposedly, yep, nut kits, 2 for the bottom, 1 for the bottom, 1 for the top each, so that's 4 because you got 2 shocks, and an airline kit because you got to have the air lines in to be able to lift the car up. Easiest way to get these top shock bolts is to take the back seat out. So it's really difficult. Lift it like that. And the bottom's out. I might have some bolts here. I'm not sure. Don't remember. Okay, there are bolts that go in there, but I don't have them in it. So therefore, so I never put the bolts back. The bolts will go right here and right here. It holds the bottom of the seat, but once you put the seat bottom in, this isn't going nowhere. All right, the top shock bolts are underneath of these little rubber things here. I'm gonna try to get them off without destroying them. Just gonna kind of get the screwdriver in there, and here it goes. I think you could probably get them from the bottom, but it's better if I get them off here. I'm totally gonna clean those bad boys. They're nasty. And the other one's over here. So, same thing. Oh, and it went the same way. Just drop down in there. So do yourself a favor. Peanut butter blaster. I'm gonna spray them top ones. Spray them top ones. I'll tell you the truth, when I look at these, I don't know how long ago they were replaced, but they look pretty good. Oh, okay, I see why. Because this whole section here is sealed. So these are on the inside of the truck, even the car, even though we got the covers there. I'm gonna try to clean that mess off. And I'm gonna get under, I'm gonna do the bolts on the underside of the car as well. I'm gonna jump under here and do the bottom ones first, because the bottoms have a little rust on them. Hopefully they'll come off okay. I want to have some pressure against it so that it holds, so it's actually pulling on the shock as I'm running the impact. I'm hoping that the 3/8 impact, electric impact, will do it, so I don't have to drag out the hose and get the 1/2 inch, and I probably won't do that anyway. If this doesn't take them off on the bottom, I'll grab the cutoff wheel and we'll just cut the suckers off, but I'd rather not do that also. I'm hoping they'll just come off, but we'll see. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna raise the jack up and help if I lock it down so that it stays up. I'm gonna raise the jack up here and I'm gonna put just right about there with a little gap between it. That way there's tension going down, going down here on this, so that maybe it'll hold the shock and it'll come off okay. I'm hoping. We're gonna see what happens. Another question is if I can even get the impact over that way. Let's see now, is that sucker a 9/16 or is it an 8/16? Is it a 9/16 or an 8/16? It is a 9/16, I think, but there's some rust on it. There we go. Either that or, you know, whenever the shocks were replaced the last time, there was a freaking metric bull crap. You know how much I love metric. All right, let's grab the impact here and hope for the best. All right, looks like it's gonna fit. Awesome, just barely, but it does. Get in there, dang it. Okay, I'm probably up against the post, which is fine, because I'm in far enough. Let's see. Well, that's not good. Yeah, let me see if I can hold it. Ooh, yeah. All right. Now we got to see what's going to happen on the top, because I can't hold these. Yeah, these shocks have been replaced, absolutely. See what that says when we get it off. All right, I'm gonna get the other one off. It's gonna be the same thing, so I'm not gonna show you that. I'm just gonna take it off. All right, so the back one on the other side fought me a little bit, so let's see how we do on the top here. All right, off. This one here. Off. Sweet. How do we like that? Yank these out of here. There's your bushing. And there's the other bushing. At least it will be in a second here. Get my fat fingers down a little bitty hole. All right, come on, you. Dang it. That's the washer. And on here. Oh. Let's see. That's the nut. You don't want stuff rattling around in your car. And, okay. And whoever did it before didn't bother taking off the nut, getting the nut out of there. It was probably a rattle I had. Unfortunately, I can't find that bushing, but at least wise, I know the bushing isn't going to rattle. So that's one nut out of here. How about it? Let's see. Just sure out. And no. Evidently, they got the one, but they didn't get this one. So the top ones came off okay. All right, that's it for taking them off. Well, almost. The top and the bottom both loose, basically. Move around here. I gotta come up here. I'm gonna push the sock up like that, and the whole thing will come out. And what you're left with is your hole right there and your hole right there where your new shock's going to go in. Luckily, we got the back here is not rusty. The floors up front were, but the back part wasn't, which is good, because I replaced all that. And there you have it. So I'm really sure that these shocks have been replaced at least once in their life, because that says Delco. You wouldn't have a GM shock on a Ford car if it was stock, which these are replacements at one time. They're plain old shocks. The shocks themselves are probably not good because they should have returned. Oh yeah, these shocks are shot. I can hardly pull that out of there. Yep, these are shot, so it needed them anyway. This has been a minute ago because these things here are really dry rotted. See all them cracks around? Yeah. This sucker's toast. Yep. So I'm gonna look over this install kit. Part of putting shocks and stuff, that's easy enough. What I need to decide is, do I want to do the hoses first, or do I want to do the hoses after it's in? So let's take a quick look-see here. Ouch, I done cut myself. Oh well. Got plenty of grease on it, so it stopped bleeding. All right, let's see what they suggest. Okay, there's way too many words here for me to read. Let's see. Pictures. Okay, we'll look at the pictures. Pictures. I've put air shocks on before. It's not a big deal. I just been a long time ago, and I'm not sure how I want to proceed. So let me take a look at this kit. See if this is a pair of air hoses or is one air hose. And I think the answer is to put this end on one end and this end on the other shock. This on one shock, this on one shock, and then install the shocks. And then we'll know exactly how long things need to be to cut it. So that's what we're going to do. What I need to do now is open this up. Be careful not to lose anything. I don't know if I'm going to use these little clips that hold the air hose in or if I'm just going to use zip ties. I'm undecided at this point. So we're going to take our hose here. Hose is going to go up in there. And once the helicopter goes over, I'll talk. A little grease on these probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but I'm not going to put any on them. So we'll put our O-ring and go in there. Now, so this is what we got. Now, pull off this, just a protector, keep anything from contaminants from getting up in there. All right, and this is going to go down in here. I like to put it down like that, and then I'm going to put it in here, and I'm just going to give it a push. I don't want to push, so let me push this up like that. I want to make sure this is bottomed out where it's going to go, and that seems to be it right there. Now I'm going to push it back down. Then we'll put this on there. All right, don't get your pliers out because you don't want to over tighten this. You don't have to. And finger tight. It's probably tighter than it needs to be, but that ain't coming out. That's numero uno. And just like that. That's 1 and 2. I love the neighbor's dog, but I wish he would shut up sometimes. All right, now these go up under the car now, and then I can measure my hose off to put the leveler valve in. Please shut up, Scout. I'm gonna take one of these kits, open her up. Don't want it to explode and have bolts everywhere. Okay. Got 2 of these washers. Remember, the part that the air is attached to goes up. So we'll put one of the washers, goes here, and you got, I'm going to put this one here with the large end up because that's going to go in that big hole. The other one's going to go over the large end down so it meets in the hole also. So just like that, and then I'm going to need one for the bottom. And since they're identical, it doesn't matter which kit you take them off of. And that's going to go on there. Same thing, I need that large end there so it stays like that. Now, okay, let's see, this might be a little tricky-ish. But you can extend this. I'm going to do just that, like that. Not sure what happened to my B-roll, but I lost some of it. So we're going to pick it up right here where I got the shock in. And I got to get enough far enough. Let's see, 2 hands. Just like that. Now it's up in there. I can get the other ones on the top. What I'm going to want with these hoses, since I see the exhaust is right here, I don't want the hose to go this way. It's going to be too close to the exhaust. No. I want to keep it away from the exhaust. So this end's not going to move where the air is. This is going to stay the same. This is the one that's going to go up and down on. This will be fine. This will set right where it is. So once I set the air hose, it should stay right where I put it. So now we're up here on the top. And we want to make sure it's in the middle. It looks like it is. It's close to it. I'm going to pop this one, remember, had big side down. So it goes into that hole and lines everything up the way it's supposed to. Now I can move it around a little bit. Yep, and it's in there. And then I'm going to put this down like that. Now basically what you want to do with tightening it up, you want to tighten it up so you squish that bushing about half of the amount that what it is when it's not squished. And that's how you do that. Get that on there. I know you can't really see that well, but yep. Well, hopefully the bottom won't turn. That's what I'm hoping on here. I can feel it. Oh, I need to be squished some more. And that should be about right. Now I got to do the bottom. Pop that on there. And you watch that bushing. That's about it. Nice and tight. And the bushing is just about right. Now I just got to do the other side. Like I say, I'm not going to show you that. It's boring because you're going to look at the same damn thing. And then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, install complete. Let me show you how I routed the hoses. I already showed you how to connect them. It's the same on all the connectors, so you don't have to worry about that. It connects to the connectors exactly the same way it connects to the shocks. So let me show you how I routed the hoses. All right, so here's the hose coming out of here. Coming out of the shock, it goes over here, and right here, let's see, I'm trying to find it for you. Where's my hand? There it is. Right here, here's your diverter valve. I mean, it's called an equalizer valve. And so that goes to that shock, that goes to the other shock, and this one here goes back into the trunk to fill it. So that's how it ran. Now, I was really fortunate to find that this little clip fit a hole that was there, and a little clip fit a hole that was there. And so I was able to hook them up there just like that, and that was awesome. All right, so I found a hole where it came through right into here where the bolts for the shocks are. Drilled a hole in a little plastic thing there, and the hose goes up here. And then I did have to drill a hole to put that little white thing in. And then the hose comes back into the trunk, comes right here into this connector, and right here is my Schrader valve. That's where we fill the air. So what we gotta do now is put this thing on the ground and see if it'll air up. All right, when jacked up like that, got a Thunderbolt Lightfoot thing going on. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's let her down. I've never seen her bounce when I put her down, but she bounced. Still got that Carolina squat going on, but we're gonna fix that once we get a little air. All right, so right here is the Schrader valve. And it's got a cap on it just like a tire would. Take that off, we won't lose it. Take our air, go right here, and here she comes, slowly but surely. What we got now? That looks a lot better. I might even have to let a little air out of it, but that looks a lot better. Oh, I gotta take a ride. So she rides like a charm. It's all the difference in the world. When you go to sit down in it, you don't feel like you're going all the way down to the ground anymore. So it turned out really good. I'd got to see how many pounds of pressure's in it. Because I didn't check it. All I did was fill it up to where I wanted it to look, and it's fine. I'm sure it's not a whole lot, but the other thing you do is you can use like soapy spray bottles, and you can check for leaks. I'll check for leaks if it leaks down. I don't think it's going to leak down. I think it's fine. Till next time, see ya.